I really wanted to be here, you can't. But trust me, I got you. I'm bringing the trophy home. I love you.
Yes, sir! Yes, you did!
Anyone who had the opportunity to see the coronation of Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter was blessed. It was a feel-good moment all around. Unfortunately for Travis Hunter, he was not able to celebrate the biggest day of his life with his father in attendance. Instead, his father chose to watch from a remote location, causing a great amount of buzz about where he might be and why he wasn't there in attendance in person. Of course, in order to understand how this kind of family dynamic has become very common in the Black community, we have to do a quick history lesson.
When this bill is law, we will have 100,000 police officers on the street, a 20% increase. It will be used to build prisons to keep 100,000 violent criminals off the street. We will have the means by which we can say punishment will be more certain.
From the year 1978 to the year 1998, the number of Black men incarcerated increased a staggering 3.5-fold, essentially meaning that for every one family in 1978 that did without a Black father, prospectively, in 1998 there would have been 3.5 extra families trying to make do without a father in that home. This, of course, made the jailing of Black men a kind of social norm.
And all of a sudden you turn around and there's a crime bill that not only affects your present, but really seriously affects your future.
Clinton passed a crime bill which allowed now 14-year-olds to be tried as adults, more prisons being built.
The impact of the crime bill is devastating and felt almost immediately. For example, the 3 strikes law, this idea that if you have 3 offenses, that you're out of here, right? Like you go away. It increases your sentencing dramatically. That is embedded into the crime bill.
Violent crimes should be told. When you commit a 3rd violent crime, you will be put away and put away for good.
Reminiscing on the 90s, there's a great amount of talk about how Black men were almost predestined for jail, that we were inherently violent, and that it's almost as if that's where we belonged, and that's why we needed to continue to build more prisons. Of course, there were discrepancies in how certain crimes were prosecuted, which aided the sharp number of Black men being sent to jail. But seeing the difference in how certain crimes were prosecuted is what gives people like myself and people who are in support of Travis Hunter's father the ability to give his father grace.
The penalty for possession of 5 grams of crack cocaine, the drug used and sold by many young Blacks, is 5 years in prison. The penalty for possession of 5 grams of powdered cocaine, the drug favored by the white middle class, is probation.
As you can see in the responses to the heartwarming video of Travis Hunter's father watching his son accept the Heisman on television, there is very little grace given to the father for whatever predicament landed him in a spot where either he chose to not go or he could not go. MF should have been there, forget everyone else. Why could he not come to the games? What was stopping him? Why was he not there? And then, of course, the last comment, do I feel bad for him? No. Be a better example for your son and be available for moments like those. Of course, one of the problems with justice as it is administered in America is that there are 2 kinds of justice, really. There's the justice for some people, and then there's the justice for other people.
Not since Jimmy Carter, on his first full day in office, granted a blanket pardon to those found guilty of evading the Vietnam War draft, have so many people been granted clemency on the same day. The 39 people pardoned by President Biden were all found guilty of individual offences, all non-violent and in many cases marijuana related. And a White House statement quoted President Biden as saying that America was built, as he put it, on the promise of second chances.
Via the sporting news, where's Travis Hunter's dad, why Heisman Trophy winner's father skipped the 2024 award ceremony. The elder Hunter decided not to travel to New York to watch the ceremony. His reasoning for not doing so was rather simple. He wants to wait to watch his son reach bigger things in person. According to the Palm Beach Post, Travis Sr. was recently released from Palm Beach County West Detention Center, where he was sentenced to 90 days following an arrest in 2023. He was released 3 weeks early.
Yeah, come on now. Let it go.
Yeah. I look at your older son. I did it for you, man.
You hear me?
All the time. But you didn't get to see me. When the time you came to see my games, from not saying probably 2 games in high school to seeing me on TV every weekend and coming to see me, man. That means so much to me. I know you wanted to be here and you care. But trust me, I got you. I'm bringing the trophy home. I love you.
Yes, sir. That last name is stuck in the world forever, baby.
Told you I was going to bring that shit home, bro. To move away from Florida to Georgia. I thank y'all so much, Coach Don.
The image of Travis Hunter's mother watching in person as his father watches remotely suggests that his father had a reason why he could not be there that he wanted to kind of paint over in order to not outshine his son's day. And with the acknowledgement from his son that he wished his father could be there, but I got you, Dad, it was a beautiful acknowledgement that maybe my father isn't perfect, but I have grace for him because he is me and I love him.
My brother, where you at, Travis?
Ironically, a year after the '94 crime bill was signed into law, Tupac released Me Against the World, and in the second verse of his feature song Dear Mama, he sang, "Now ain't nobody tell us it was fair, no love from my daddy cause the coward wasn't there. He passed away and I didn't cry, cause my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. They say I'm wrong and I'm heartless, but all along I was looking for a father, he was gone." Imagine this on a 4.5-fold basis in the Black community. What was so incredibly promising and heartwarming about the role that Travis Hunter's mother played in his Heisman night is that not once did she speak disparagingly of his father. In fact, it seems that she cooperated with his father in making sure that there was a positive narrative of his father so that Travis Hunter could not see any negative in his Black masculinity. It was a beautiful moment all around. And it's something that makes all of us that understand what has happened to the Black community in the wake of the '94 crime bill want to give his father grace.
In a White House statement, quoted President Biden as saying that America was built, as he put it, on the promise of second chances.
Our president says that America is a nation of second chances. I would love to agree with him. If I had a son that was in a situation where I had the power to excuse him from legal difficulties, I would probably do the same thing that is happening with Hunter Biden. But I would also say another man of the same last name, does he get grace? Does he get a second chance? A man who had to watch his son in a state very far from where he was watching accept the Heisman Trophy, most likely because he had legal difficulties that did not allow him to leave the state. Where's his grace? Because if we are indeed a nation of second chances, then we have to understand that both Hunters are American. Both Hunters made mistakes, and both Hunters deserve grace. There's plenty of grace for one Hunter, and there's a very small amount, if dare I say, a lack of grace for the other. And the only question I can ask is, have we gotten so normalized to Black men being seen a certain way post the '94 crime bill that one of the Hunters don't even deserve grace, while the other one deserves a full pardon by his father, who just happens to be the most powerful American in the land? If we are a land of the free and the brave, and we are equal human beings under the eyes of God, then maybe some of the grace that we're giving to Hunter Biden should be given to Hunter Sr. as well. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.